But I'm used to a lot of long car trips because I grew up in kind of a large family, 4 kids. So we would do all those cheap driving vacations, right? One summer, Dad decided our family is going to drive cross-country to California. 6 of us, 1 Buick, 2 months. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lizzie Borden's family took a trip like this. Lizzie was just the first one to reach the tool shed when they got home. Thank goodness you guys know who Lizzie Borden is, right? Took it out. I did that joke in front of an 18-year-old TV executive. He's like, well, Jan, I don't know who that is. You're a lot older than me. It must be an age thing. Like, I was not alive when she was either. It's a history thing. That was 1878. I wasn't born until 1888.
After almost every one of my shows, at least one person comes up to me and says, you know, I should be a comedian. I'm really funny. You know why they don't do it? Because they're afraid of bombing and they're afraid of hecklers. Yeah, now I've talked about bombing in past episodes, but I haven't talked much about hecklers because I haven't had a whole lot of experience with them. My act isn't mean and I don't insult people, so I rarely get anyone shouting back at me. But I have had it happen a few times, and so I have a couple of ways to deal with it. First of all, have a stock line, like some kind of put down that you always use. That way you're ready for them with something quick. Now, it should be pretty universal for most heckler lines and situations. And if you get heckled a lot, there's usually some place in your act where it happens. So write the lines for that. One form of heckling is when people arrive late to the show and push their way down front. Yeah, it's not yelling something at me, but it's very disruptive. So I've had a standard line for that. I say, hey, welcome to the show. You could have dressed nicer. You had more time than the rest of us. That usually gets a good laugh and lets the people know that they were being rude. Secondly, if you're getting a drunk guy yelling at you, because that's usually who it is, some drunk guy, you probably don't want to get into a battle. Drunks can be obnoxious and they won't quit even if they're losing. It's funny at first, but you run the risk of the drunk not shutting up and the audience getting tired of it. So go after something that will shut them down quickly. Yeah, go after their wife or their girlfriend sitting next to them. Now, you don't have to be mean about it. Just say something like, I can't believe you're with this jerk. Why are you dating them? Keep at her with stuff like that. I guarantee she will make him shut up. I've only had to use this a couple times, but it's really effective. Which brings me to the third heckler technique. Don't try to be funny or witty or anything. Just be honest. Yeah, what's your impression of the person? Most comeback lines aren't funny on their own. They are funny in the situation. So, for example, if the guy is wearing a cheap suit, you can point that out. Or if the woman is really drunk, mention that. Being honest about the person will usually result in a funny line and gets the audience on your side. Now, I once had a guy call me fat. Yeah, I know, nice, huh? I said, what did you say? I'm fat? And the whole audience was about to kill him. Sure, I wish it was a funnier line, but my goal was to shut him up, and that did it. You can also ignore the heckler. Yeah, this is the best tactic if no one but you hears it. Sometimes you get that person in the front row who says stuff to you that no one else can hear. If you jump on them, then you look like the jerk because no one else realizes that they were talking trash to you. The heckler is doing it because he wants attention. Don't give him that attention, and most likely he'll go away. And finally, get help. When I worked comedy clubs, you could order a gin and tonic. You don't get a drink, you get the bouncer. That was his signal to toss someone out. I don't think I ever got heckled enough to say it, but I have seen others use that line. So set up a signal with people ahead of time so you can get help when you need it. The takeaway tip from this is comedians aren't the only ones who get heckled in life. You may work with some jerks as well. See if these techniques work for you and use them or a variation of them to shut the heckler down. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out my website, theworklady.com. This is Jan. Take care and enjoy your journey.